Embiid being sidelined with a knee injury for the 76ers. NBA champion, Celtics analyst, and expert Eddie House joining us now. All right, Eddie, I know you had to be cringing. How much trouble are your Celtics in?
I don't think they're in trouble. I looked at this game, and if we watched it, it was a James Harden basketball game. You know, he was out of control, 7 of 14 for three. He was hunting out his matchups, and he got going, and there was nothing you could really do. And it's games like that in the playoffs. It happens. That's why they're superstars. That's why they're future Hall of Famers. They can take over games. But at the same time, you know, you look at the final score, and it was 119 to 115. You look at the box score, the points in the paint, we were plus 14. So we were getting what we want. Shot 58% from the field. The Achilles heel, that was our Achilles heel last year, was turnovers. We had 8 in the first half, 8 in the second half, and it, you know, cost us 20 points. So if you look to cut that down, take care of the basketball a whole lot better, I think you win this game and you win this series. I still say Celtics in 6. That was my that's what I said last week. And from what I watched last night, it looks like that's what it's still going to be. That did the Sixers come and do their job and get their steal a game? They did. They did do that. And hats off to James Harden.
They lost the game. I agree with that. It's only one game. Now, they're going to have to find a way to steal one of these games on the road to get back home court in their favor. And I think they're capable, more than capable of that, because we've seen them go on the road and win some very big games. But it's concerning that the Celtics shot 59% and committed just 10 fouls. In the shot clock era, 1954-55, teams were 23-0 when shooting at least 55% and committing 10 or fewer fouls. You can't play much better than what you played now, Eddie. You keep talking about what they did. Think about what the good things that you did, and you still found a way to lose without arguably the MVP on the court. So it's not going to be as easy as you think. Do I think they can go on the road and get a win? Absolutely. But it looked to me early on that you guys took these guys for granted. Well, they ain't got Joel Embiid. Ain't no way they can beat us. Because last time we played, he got 52. He scored half of their points. He's not in there. But I started to feel concerned when I saw how well you shot the ball in the first quarter, and how well you shot the ball from three, and how well you rebounded the ball. And normally when someone shoots 85% from the floor, 67% from the three, gets 11 rebounds in one quarter, that's normally a 20-point lead quarter. You guys were up 7. I don't know if that set alarm bells off for you, but it did for me. I was like, oh, it doesn't look like the Sixers are going anywhere tonight. And you mentioned it, turnovers. That was their Achilles heel last year. That cost them the NBA Finals because in clutch situations, you weren't even getting an opportunity to put the ball up on the rim. You were turning it over, and it cost you again last night. One team had 16. I think the other team had 8? I think they had 8.
Yeah,
no, 8. They had 6.
6.
So 16 to 6. So that's where you got your work cut out for you. You got your work cut out for you to, moving forward, because the Sixers feel now, had you blown them out, they're like, man, we ain't got no chance without Joel. Now you don't let James Harden say, man, let me go on back to Houston, put that Houston cape on, and see if they can deal with me.
You want to respond to that, Eddie, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I can respond to that.
Yeah.
Again, if you think about, the points in the paint, we got everything we want. You rattled off those numbers, the 58% and only committing 10 fouls, but the 16 turnovers are glaring. You cut that down. 16 turnovers, a possible opportunity for 32 to 48 points. That's if 2s and 3s are and everything in between that. And it also an offensive rebound. When you turn the ball over, it's basically, hey, I'll sit the ball down, let you guys do what you do. It's so many things that can happen when the shot goes up. Offensive rebound, somebody could foul you while you're getting the offensive rebound. You could get so many different variables. Get the offensive rebound, kick it out for the 3, right? We all know what can happen. But if you don't get that opportunity, that's shooting yourself in the foot, especially while we were shooting 58%, the other side was shooting great too. It wasn't like we were getting 50. Stops. It was a shootout at the beginning in that first quarter. And nothing you could do when a guy like James Harden gets going, just like Jason Tatum got going. I think the key of the game was the last field goal Jaylen Brown took was with 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He was 8 for 10, 3 for 4. You got to find ways to manufacture easy basketball opportunities for him to score the basketball and to get more touches and get more looks. So I look at all of those things that could be adjusted, and Sixers will make their adjustment as well. But again, that's the reason why I'm not that concerned. Now, if it pops up, the turnovers again, I definitely will be concerned after that.
Okay, my turn. If I scale the trouble I believe your Boston Celtics are in 1 to 10, I'm going to go up to a 6. It's because I have told Shannon all year long, and Eddie, you know this team as well as anybody, it's had a propensity all year long for playing down to the level of the competition. It has had a propensity for throwing in these head-scratching stinkers when you least expect it that I didn't see a year ago under the previous coach. So you have a young first-year head coach, and I'm not sure I sense the defensive edge that I did under the old coach. I'm not sure it's the same this time. And when they get pushed to the brink in the fourth quarter, I'm not seeing their ability to function under the highest stress. Because the Sixers, if you watch them all year, if they can get you into a shootout in the fourth quarter, they will inevitably beat you because that's what they're best at. They got a lot of playmakers, a lot of different shooters, a lot of different scorers. And I'm talking about without Joel. So you still have work cut out in game two because this is going to be a free shot for the Sixers, and they can shoot a bunch of free shots. So, again, I haven't trusted your team all year long, and don't let the Sixers go in there and steal another game in Boston, or you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. The one thing about this team, you're right. Sometimes they have played down to the level of their competition, but they've been resilient and the way they respond. And I'm expecting them to come out and respond big time in this game because when they looked at this stat sheet, just like I did last night, they understood like we let this one get away. We had this game. We came out. We weren't paying. We didn't have attention to every detail like they should. There were some coverages that were kind of questionable. There was some late play calling that was kind of questionable. Some spacing issues when Marcus Smart throws the ball out of bounds. Al Horford and Jason Tatum standing right next to each other. That's just not executed. So I expect them to be executing, to be a way more sharp tomorrow and taking care of the basketball. I think that will be a focal point of this team is taking care of the basketball. But you got to find a way to get Jaylen Brown some touches in the last 6 minutes, especially the way he was playing. I mean, 8 for 10 from the field, 3 of 4. He had 23 points and didn't touch the ball the last 6-11.
It's going to be a good one, that's for sure, guys. And, of course, the status of Joel Embiid. Can he come back for any of it? A huge impact. Eddie, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you for having me.